I can see Eldoria. We made it. Which road should we take? Right or left?
Right seems like the way to go. Looks more welcoming and easy to pass. What the?
Lovette, is that your thing?
No, I mean, I feel flattered you think it is, but seriously, it's not.
You know what? That's worrying. Let's try the other path.
Yep, let's go.
Hello, adventurers. What can I do for you today?
Let me see your wares.
All right.
Let me see your wares.
I don't know why I said that. It felt like the only option.
This looks perfect for a journey. It promises to make me more dexterous as well. But let me try it on first. Ah! This isn't what I was expecting. This rope is nothing like the picture. It's not long. It's way too short for me. It's not even the right color, the one that is shown in the picture. I thought it was green, but this is red. Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you, sir. Selling all these mini robes. Hey, is that chiffon? And does it grant a dexterity bonus too? Oh, I'll take one, please. Thanks.
I wonder what they're celebrating. I wish we could ask some.
Hello, ma'am. Excuse me, why is the city so lively today?
Of course.
Oh, adventurers, you're not from around here, are you? The king's choosing 10 lucky folks to go live in his palace. Quite the honor, I must say.
10 people to live in the palace? That's curious.
Oh, yes. The chosen ones get to live in luxury, surrounded by opulence and riches. Lucky souls indeed.
Wow, that sounds so awesome and boring at the same time.
Well, who wouldn't want such a life, huh? It's such an honor. Don't think too much about it, dear. Just enjoy the festival.
Look, Sionnach, this seems so cozy, and I love the name Eldoria. So smart. I need to get to know to the manager. Maybe I can play a song or two. You know, make a name. Hey, you listen to me? What's the matter? You look troubled.
Nothing. It's just that man with the aura around him. He reminds me of someone I once knew.
Which man?
If you want to know the truth that lies behind Eldoria, meet me under the bridge. Be discreet.
Oh, okay. What just happened? Who's that man? What do you think he wants?
I don't know, but we should be careful.
Sionnach, you seem like you've seen a ghost.
Maybe I have.
Okay, let's go and find out what he wants. Hey, I'm here with you, okay? Do not worry.
Thanks.
This is the place, but where is he? Not another step.
Wait! I'm here to help. Don't make a scene. Just listen. I know what you are about to stumble upon isn't the festival you believe it to be.
What do you mean?
The king's election, it's not an honor, it's a sacrifice.
A sacrifice? And why would we believe and trust someone who is still hiding his face and his identity?
You birds love chit-chatting, huh? Whatever. I'm Darian Shadowshift. Listen! We don't have much time. Come with me and I'll explain everything.
Welcome to another episode of the B&D podcast. Today we're going to discuss our favorite RPG video games of all time. What are they? Why we love them? And which characters we relate to the most? But let's jump into it without further discussion. Val, Are you ready for it?
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
So, first question. What was your first ever experience with a role-playing video game?
Hey, well, I can't be 100% sure about this, I have to admit, because thanks to my older cousins, I
Mhm.
started playing video games in general really young, like we're talking 6, 7 years old. I was playing Tekken on PS1 every summer with them. I loved Julia Chang so much.
To be honest, I've never played it. Was it really that good?
Yeah, Tekken is amazing because it's still a thing actually.
Okay.
Every time I remember all the cutscenes on story mode, I try not to get emotional. But when it comes to RPGs, I do have a faint memory of finding somewhere in a box Vampire the Masquerade and playing it for the first time on my ancient PC. I don't even know if I was even allowed to play it, to be honest. I was probably 14 years old. But something changed in me that day. I had this book as well that came with a game, I think, with all the clans in it. And I remember I was obsessed with the drawing of a seductive La Sombra.
Oh.
Um, I do think I played eventually though on the game because La Sombra wasn't a playable option. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just talking rubbish right now, but still to this day, I'm not sure. In my head, it feels like all just like a faint memory. What about you, Zeffie?
Which class from Vampire the Masquerade would you be?
I would say Gangrel right now.
Why?
Because I'm feral. What about
Okay.
you?
Okay, I think I would be Toreador,
I knew you were going to
100%.
say that. The
100%.
artsy one.
Yeah. So, to answer the question, growing up, gaming was practically embedded in my DNA, and all thanks to my dad, a total nerd and a gamer. So, picture this. Him battling it out in Warcraft till the crack of dawn. He made sure we had every PlayStation known to mankind, and those trips to internet cafes, epic bonding sessions. Then came the ultimate dad move, teaming up with his friend to open their very own internet cafe. I was, what, 5, 6? And that place was my heaven, even though they closed it after a while because they didn't have much time to run it. But the RPG bug didn't bite until much later, till I discovered The Witcher 3. And holy moly, did that game hook me. The storylines were like addictive TV series, characters were so real for their time, the landscapes were like virtual postcards screaming, "Explore me!" And those choices, amazing. And let's talk about the romance in a game. Mind blown. And let's not even start on the music. Priscilla's song, it's still the tune that rules my playlist. That game in general, it was like a secret passage to a whole new level of obsession.
The Witcher is just amazing. We're going to talk about it
Yeah, a lot.
soon, a lot. Is there though a specific game that got you hooked into the wonderful world of role playing?
Yeah, let me tell you about Mass Effect. It didn't start with fireworks for me, to be honest. The first one felt a bit dated, didn't quite grab me. I was ready to stop playing it, and I told my friend who suggested it to me that it wasn't my thing, but he insisted. He insisted I push on. So thank goodness I did, because Mass Effect 2, mind-blowing. I mean, everything clicked. Gameplay, chatting it up with NPCs, and that storyline, sheer perfection. But what really nailed it? The consequences of your decisions. It's like every choice had ripples, and the ending, so many flavors. And then, of course, Mass Effect 3 had to happen. Started off strong, but that ending felt a bit forced and limited after all that freedom in the second one. But still, it's in the Hall of Fame for me. Space settings just hit differently, right? And as a fellow Star Wars junkie, it's like coming home. So, spill the beans, Val. What games light your fire?
Well, I can talk about this game until the end of times, forever, until my last human breath. You know what I'm talking about right now.
I know. Say the word.
Dragon Age Origins is by far the best game ever created in my eyes. I don't care if anyone disagrees. And I know that it doesn't have the best graphics and there are better games out right now, but for like 2013, 2014 Val, it was pure magic. I was the hero for Elden, and no one will take that away from me, okay?
Yep.
The chokehold it has on my heart, it's also the reason I started playing D&D. Somehow I ended up discovering it after my first playthrough.
Okay, and what are your favorite role-playing video games of all time? I guess you'll mention it. The top 3, okay?
The top
You
three:
have 3.
Dragon Age Origins, Baldur's Gate 3, and The Witcher 3. What about you?
Okay, you know, the number 3 is the lucky one.
It's really lucky.
Oh my God. Well, to be honest, it's a hard decision. Just 3. Oh my God, what did I do to myself? Okay. Since you mentioned Witcher 3 and Baldur's Gate, which are my top 2, in order to have a variety of games, I will say Telltale Games, Mass Effect, and Cyberpunk.
And also wanted to ask, I have actually played Cyberpunk, but I see it's really good because it's made by CD Projekt Red, but obviously it doesn't have the right vibe for me. It's not in an epic setting, and that's why I can't like feel related to the characters as much. But it's a great game. I wish I liked it more to play it.
Actually, it's an epic setting, but more sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like
not my cup of tea.
yeah, not your style, not your style.
But anyway, do you prefer playing a good or an evil character? And do you try to get a good ending or do you just wing it?
To be honest, I'm that player who feels bad if you speak rudely to an NPC. For example, in Baldur's Gate 3, I was all about romancing Astarion right out
Of
the
course.
gate. Yeah. But my goody two-shoes choices clashed hard with his vibe, and he was not having it. So I was like, fine, I'll stick to my morals, but round 2, you're mine. And round 2 came, and the thing is, trying to be different, throwing in some chaotic or neutral choices, it's tough. I went for it in the next run, and let me tell you, the guilt was real. Like, did I really just do that? But hey, now I learned how to play something other than good thanks to him. Alignment variety. And also the things we do for love. What about you?
I usually go neutral good, but I definitely want to be playing a fair and kind-hearted character who always tries to help and saves everyone and always protects nature and animals. And I'm basically role-playing myself. And I always have to make sure to load many, many times in case I don't get the result I want or get a disapproval by someone. So I would say when it comes to try-harding for the good ending, everything is calculated for me.
Okay, I still remember you calling me. You were playing Baldur's Gate, and Val was like,
Spoiler alert.
Okay. Yeah, spoiler alert. She actually tried to romance Will. In the beginning, it was fun, but then she was like, I'm so bored with him. But I had to continue with him. Okay.
I'm loyal, okay?
You're loyal. So, okay. And he was hard to get, actually.
He was
From
so
what you were
hard to
saying.
get.
So she was always saying he disapproved about that and he disapproved about this. And I was like,
Yeah, it's
just leave him. No, I won't leave him. I have to stay.
No, I want to
with
be 100% into him and he needs to be 100% into me. Otherwise, there's no point, okay?
Second run, you're going to go for Shadowheart.
Of course, I can't wait for that.
So, what is your favorite class and race to play most of the time? Answer for all your top 3.
Okay, so Dragon Age, always a Dalish elf mage. For Baldur's Gate 3, I know that I love my halfling girly right now, but I'd say Wood Elf Druid, just because romance with a tiny halfling teenager is weird, okay, and shameful in a way. And for The Witcher 3, always School of the Bear or School of the Wolf. But what about you?
I told you the first time you sent me a photo of Willow, your character, and Will kissing. And I was like, oh my God, that feels illegal. So, well, I mostly choose classes that have magic. For a race, I am pretty boring, you guys. I always choose elves, half-elves, and humans. Lately, though, I am in love with tieflings, so I guess that's a progress. For The Witcher 3, my choices were School of the Wolf and School of the Griffin. For my first run on Baldur's Gate, I have played Lovette, obviously, Lovette verse. Half-elf bard, College of Swords. I loved the bard class on Baldur's Gate. It was so much fun and immersive, and I think it's my favorite so far. And as for Mass Effect, I think I was playing as an adept human, and for Cyberpunk, I was absolutely a corpo. Yeah, a corpo tech.
Can you also tell us more about your top 3 games?
Okay, do we have enough time? A century maybe? I don't know. So let's begin with Mass Effect. It's like a universe in itself. The choices, the endings, the whole space vibe, and Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, CD Projekt had me at The Witcher, so of course they would have me on this too. Even though I adore medieval fantasy and it's my favorite setting, sci-fi holds a special place in my heart too. Star Wars fuels my love for these settings. Cyberpunk nailed that vibe and that bittersweet feeling, the heartbreak. I must mention that I'm a total romantic too, so I love a good heartbreak. Like the new Cyberpunk DLC, Phantom Liberty, it was insane. Choices were on point, detail galore. I'm still reeling from the experience. Now about the Telltale games, where do I start? The Wolf Among Us, Batman, Walking Dead, absolute favorites. Telltale's got this magic touch. So consider me a certified fangirl. I love the stories. Each one of these games gives you something different. For example, The Wolf Among Us gives you a good mystery with a plot twist in the end, and I am so excited when plot twists happen. Batman, the hard choices to make. I still remember playing the game and I had to make a decision, so I would press escape and I would blankly stare at the wall, thinking about my answer for so long. And finally, The Walking Dead, especially season 1, the ultimate heartbreak. I was crying like a baby when it ended. Telltale is the best, but not their new game though, The Expanse. I didn't like that at all. I know I exceeded the number of my top 3 list, but I also want to make a quick mention for Detroit Become Human. That game, mind-blowing. And I will stop thinking, because if I start talking about games, we might need a whole week. So why don't you tell us a little more about your top 3?
That's why I didn't want to just keep talking and talking, because there are so many other games that I want to mention, but I want to keep it short. So let's start with the Witcher games, because I first played the second one and then I played the third one and then I tried the first one, but obviously the first one was hard. But when it comes to the whole Witcher series, I think we can all agree that CD Projekt Red created a game that all generations will always talk about. The immensity of the world, the lore, especially for someone who has read most of the books, the voice acting, the music, especially the music, the design, everything is just magnificent about this game. I have to say, Team Triss, always. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 has become such an obsession of mine since it came out. And I have to be really, really honest about this. It started only because of the similarities it had with Dungeons & Dragons. But getting to know the characters, all the beautifully broken and far from perfect characters, the attention to details with everything, and the amazing variety of options it's offering, the voice acting, Larian Studios really deserves all the recognition and love. And don't forget Shadowheart, please.
Of course.
Last but definitely not least, Dragon Age Origins is the reason I am who I am today, and I owe everything to EA Games for this. So thank you for making an open world game with the best character customization of its time. Dressing up games in a fantasy world setting is the way to an early girl's heart. Also, one of the things I love about Dragon Age is how I always choose the wrong person to romance and I end up heartbroken in the end. But we will talk about this curse of ours on another episode.
Actually, hey, I didn't pick Solas. I picked my wonderful and stable and hot Cullen.
True.
You're mostly the one who has a thing for the heartbreakers in games, and don't you dare to disagree on this.
No comment on this. I can't agree.
So many cries and tears
Oh,
with all these characters. And I don't know how you picked the right guy in Baldur's Gate. I was impressed.
but that's why I picked that guy because I wanted to make sure that for the first time in forever, I will
want to
not
make a
have my heart
difference.
broken.
To make a difference. The healing journey is a long one.
It is.
So, moving on. Who is your all-time favorite character from an RPG game and why?
Yeah, okay, this is hard. I do want to say Tris Marigold because he was my first ever game crush that I looked up to in my early 20s. I'm almost 30 though, so
Don't say that. We
yeah.
don't have age. We don't age.
No, we don't. We're still teenagers.
Elves don't age.
I'm a halfling.
Oh no.
Well, Triss was the first fictional ginger I wanted to cosplay, but I failed miserably when I tried. But then Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and I fell in love with Shadowheart so much I cannot think of anyone else to give my whole heart to anymore. Her backstory was exactly something I would have written for a D&D character, and the battle in her between light and darkness, oh, she's by far God's favorite princess and the most interesting girl in the world. Also, Jen has the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. So,
Do you have a moment to spare talking about our Lord and Savior Shadowheart?
she's my lady and savior for sure. But what about you? Let me guess. Are you going to say Astarion?
Well, I love Astarion, but I wouldn't say that he is my all-time favorite. I would probably say Ciri. She's such a badass, awesome, sweet, powerful, cool, hot woman. She's the best woman, actually. I mean, come on. She's a witcher. Of course she's the best. Oh, and someone else I really loved as a character was Legion from Mass Effect. It was a droid that was looking for a purpose to live, always wondering, does this unit have a soul? His character was very philosophical, and I'm fond of philosophy, so this chapter really captured me, and his ending was just art, no matter which ending you would choose to do.
Well, I also have another question for you.
Hit me.
Do you prefer single player or multiplayer RPG games, and why?
Oh my god, PTSD. Well, it depends on the game, actually. For example, a few years back, I was playing Divinity with my friend, and we had so much fun. But for Baldur's Gate, at first I wanted to play it by myself because I wanted to explore the NPC characters that followed me and their backstories in general. My friend didn't speak to me for a month because I told him that I wanted to play the first run alone. We tried to play it with Val and Aris later on, but Aris was always 5 steps ahead. Already looted all the bodies, already spoke to the NPCs, already fought so many people, and we were like, just give me a second to speak with Astarion or Shadowheart. Okay, I don't blame him though. Each of us has different priorities and tastes, so that's why I mostly prefer to play alone, to be honest. What about you, Val?
I do want to say I like playing alone, but then again, I don't. Since I became a console girly, God save us all, please. It's hard for me because I was so used to playing on a laptop for so many years. I'm so sad because I cannot play with other people anymore because most games are not cross-platform. I do love supporting people. Like I remember playing League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm and other games that are not RPG games, and you can play with other people, and it's so fun. When you play with friends, you get to laugh.
League of Legends fun? What?
Toxic AF.
In which patch did that change?
Toxic.
Toxic. And you played support. Come on, you are in the most toxic lane with the ADC.
That's true. But I did like it, to be honest, and I do miss playing with other people.
Yeah.
And it was so fun when we played all together at Baldur's Gate 3. And the fact that we were always left behind doing things and role playing, and Aris was already entering Act 1.
You know, a typical D&D session. Last, but not least, if you could choose only one of the two, which one would it be? Tabletop role-playing games or RPG video games?
There's no question on this. Tabletop forever. No question, no long explanation for me. I would sell my soul, my gaming laptop, and my PS5 if I could make a pact with the devil to let me play D&D every day instead of doing anything else. But want to hear your opinion on this.
I think we're on the same level. Okay, RPG video games are the best,
They are.
but no matter how great they are, tabletop games give you more things to do. They have so many possibilities, and it's so personalized to you and your character, and also you play with your friends, and that's the best part. Collaborative storytelling, using your imagination to create your characters and how they are supposed to move on with their struggles during the story. No video game can give you that much of freedom and satisfaction. But still, God bless video games. God bless.
God bless them.
So, I think that's it for today, guys. Please share with us your favorite RPG games and suggest new ones if you have any. We are looking forward to your suggestions. We want to know-
Please,
yeah,
please
we want a
find
new
us
game.
another good character customization friendly RPG, please. I can't keep making new characters in Baldur's Gate 3. We need something new to play.
And maybe you will help other people too, who may search for the next game to play. And before we wrap up, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
May all of you have joyous days surrounded by people and animals you love.
Yay.
Do things you mostly like and take some rest.
We'll try.
We'll try. December is for us. So as for us, we will see you in the next episode, which is going to take place on the 7th of January, 2024.
Well, that's so weird to hear that.
And so it begins, you guys. Watch Lord of the Rings. Go to that specific scene when the date changes. And brace yourselves for the new year. Take care. Until next time, may all your rolls be a natural 20. Bye.
Bye-bye.